Gals, so recently I ordered the waterproof pack of samples from Goulet Pens, and it includes a fair shake of Noodler's inks, and I decided that I want to put these to the waterproof test. And if you have been watching my channel, you might know that I typically will draw a piece of art and then watercolor on top of it, and I use fountain pen inks, usually pigment-based fountain pen inks, to do my inking. Well, for this, I want to test these out first because I don't have a lot of experience with the Noodler's colored inks, and I know they bond to the paper in a different way than pigment inks do, and I want to use watercolor paper. So I'm going to go ahead and do a preliminary test where I use a dip pen nib and allow it to dry for 24 hours and then go over it with water and see how that goes. So we've got Fox, we've got Hunter, we've got 54th Massachusetts, we've got number 41 Brown, we've got Luxury Blue, and we've got Reine Mauve. And this isn't all of the colors, it's just the ones that I've selected from the sample pack. It actually came with, I want to say, 12 samples, and I've been working my way through it, maybe 10, but 12 sounds about right. And should these work, I may put them in my recently cleaned jet pen shibbies, or I may just be a patient woman and put them one at a time in one of my 3 Noodler's Flex pens. So I'm going to go ahead and get started with the dip pen test. And since this is a pre-test, a word I have not heard said in at least 10 years, we're really not going to get super fancy about it. We're just going to use a good old-fashioned dip pen. This is actually a Kuretake holder with a Seiji nib and a couple clean waters off to the side. And this is Fluid's cellulose-based watercolor paper, because I do know that the Noodler's inks that are waterproof tend to bond to cellulose rather than cotton rag. So I've been trying to use cellulose papers for these watercolor tests. And I actually do need to grab a paper towel. So we're going to start with Hunter. And I'm just going to try to pick up enough ink that we can get a test. And not so much ink that should this work, I can't ink up a fountain pen. So basically what I'm doing is I'm writing the color name, and I am washing off and wiping off my nib completely. I don't want any water on it, just in case that would affect the test. So here's Fox. Go ahead and give it a shake. So I'm going to let these dry for 24 hours and come back to them tomorrow, and we're going to go ahead and swipe a water brush over them, 54th, to see how they hold up. And that way I don't go to all the trouble of inking a piece that I think is cute only to have it become ruined. Because even though I frequently say on this channel that I'm not afraid to make mistakes in front of you guys, I do like to hedge my bets whenever possible and be prepared. Alright, 3 down, 3 to go. Number 41 Brown. Luxury Blue. I always want to say Luxury Blue. All right, one more to go. And that's going to be Reine Mauve. Would that be like Purple Rain by any chance? I'm going to get enough down on the paper that I have something to test. Alright, so I will see you guys tomorrow after these have had a chance to cure for 24 hours. Alright guys, these have had a chance to dry overnight, so I'm going to use my water brush. And they definitely, at least Hunter, definitely, part of it does stay in place, but as you can see, it definitely moves. Fox is less water reactive, but still water reactive. I must have still had some red in there even though I dabbed it out. 54th might be the least reactive. Let me make sure I get all the brown out. Oh, okay. All right. So, of the 6 colors we have pre-tested, 54th Mass and Reine Mauve both handle water the best if you're looking for an ink that is truly water resistant. These do definitely still leave, I know for fountain pen people, their idea of waterproof, water resistance is not the same as a watercolor artist. These, you can still read them, but as you can see, the green is still sort of blending out. The red is 41 and luxury blue are both, even though I mean I scrubbed them, but they're not still bleeding out. And Reine Mauve and 54th Mass handled the water fairly well, so those are the 2 that I am going to continue to test. I hope you guys found this video helpful and useful. If you did, make sure you leave a like. If there are any inks you'd like to see me test for water reactivity, let me know in the comments below. And if you enjoy this sort of content, make sure you subscribe for more. Thank you guys for watching. Bye! Guys, so it's time to check in again with the Noodler's waterproof set that I ordered from Goulet Pens about a week ago. I also tested Cheng and Heart of Darkness. Heart of Darkness was not included, but it is listed on some sites as a waterproof ink. As you guys can see, very much not waterproof on watercolor paper. I did find that 54th Mass, Reine Mauve, and Cheng are all waterproof. So I am going to do some water fastness tests. I have done many of those on this channel featuring this character, Kara. So what I'm going to do is I'm actually going to do my painting off camera, and I'll check in with you guys again when these are finished. So I will see you then. Alright guys, so I went ahead and I watercolored my waterproof inks, and from left to right we have Cheng, we have 54th Massachusetts, and we have Reine Mauve. And all 3 of them held up to watercolor so much better than they held up to my initial test. I had 0 problems with smearing, 0 problems with bleed, 0 problems with smearing or anything of that nature. So something that I want to point out to you guys is that I am aware that there are other resources out there that list the waterproof properties of these Noodler's inks. But I used one when purchasing a black Noodler's ink, and it was Heart of Darkness here, and it is 100% not waterproof on watercolor paper. So what I am testing is actually something that isn't commonly tested, and there seem to be a lot of people who are curious to know this answer. So rather than trusting a stationery store's sort of mediocre test, they're not rigorous enough for me. So instead of trusting them, I do it myself, and I share it with you guys to help you out, because I think we have all had a time where we trusted a site, we trusted a source, and when we went ahead and put it into application, it backfired on us and it ruined the piece. So I am trying to be that sort of middle ground where you can trust me. I'm a fellow artist and I know what you're looking for. And hopefully you won't have to suffer those mistakes the way I've had to suffer those mistakes. So thank you guys so much for watching. If you enjoy my fountain pen videos or my fountain pen ink videos, please check out the playlist if you haven't already. If you have already and you enjoy, please consider subscribing to the channel. And I'm always open to recommendations on waterproof fountain pen inks. Some of them I definitely have tried, but many of them I have not yet tried and would be very interested in your suggestions. And it particularly helps when they're available in a sample size like this. These are from Goulet Pens. I've already labeled them up because I'm sending them over to a friend who will be interested in that. So sample size is fantastic. If there is an ink that isn't available in a sample commercially and you'd like me to test it, another great way would be for you to get in contact with me and we can work out an exchange. So I hope you guys found this helpful. I hope you found it useful. These were painted on Cotman watercolor paper, which is one of my least favorite watercolor papers. I actually hate it, and I would not recommend that watercolor paper. So please do not take me using this paper as a sign of endorsement. So have a great day, guys. I hope to see you again really soon. Bye!